stay out of trouble?
Trying to stay out of trouble.
You been downtown much lately?
No.
Too crazy for you, huh?
Yeah, I'm not into assisting people in committing crimes. So talking about crimes, got a question for you.
Let's see if I can answer it.
Is it proper procedure for a police officer?
Hang on. Okay.
Is it proper procedure for a police officer to show up at a lady's apartment in the middle of the night by himself that said that he's got a call about someone dumping paint on their front porch? He's by himself, went to a lady's apartment.
Right up the street?
Yeah.
Well, how many cops do you think we have working at any one time?
I figure 2 to 3.
Yeah. So we regularly go on calls by ourselves.
You regularly go to calls by yourself? Okay, I was just curious about that because, I'm from Portland, and over there they never go on calls by themselves. There's always some kind of backup. So I figured...
It's a different environment.
Yeah, so I figured either you guys had either he should have had backup by another police officer, or he should have called in for county backup or something.
If the officers feel like they need a second car on a low-level offense like that, a low-level investigation, they have the ability to ask for a second officer. And an officer, if our second officer is tied up, then an officer from another jurisdiction will come.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just curious about that, if that was proper procedure or not, because I was asked about it, and I go, that doesn't sound like proper procedure.
We take calls by ourselves.
Okay. Yeah, he sat there and told her that he tried her door and it was locked, and he goes, "I'm glad to hear it was locked."
Mm-hmm.
And
that's one that occurred right up here?
Yeah.
Do you live up there?
No.
Oh. How'd you hear about it?
I was at her apartment when the cops showed up.
Wait, which one? I can't think of her name. Talking about the victim, or who they identified as a suspect?
Who they identified as a suspect.
You were at her house?
Her apartment. Yeah. In fact, I was with her the whole day, and she didn't even...
I can't think of her name off the top of my head. I know her. I've talked to her.
Yeah. Yeah, she told me that Gladstone police officer gave her a shot, and when she woke up 12 hours later in a hospital, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like procedures.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
If she's, I mean, I can only imagine different circumstances, but if there's a medical condition, violence, a police hold for maybe a mental condition, we have to have an ambulance transport, but she's so far out of it that they might give her medication.
But a police officer?
But a police officer would not.
A police officer would.
No way. We can't even administer aspirin.
No. Yeah, it didn't sound right, because it's like, wait a second, the only way that anyone can administer medication is if they're licensed medically.
Bingo. Now, I could give a family member, they said, hey, you got some Tylenol? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They say, hey, can I have one of your pain pills that you had for your surgery? It's like, no way, you can't.
No. But yeah, it just...
So she might have been confused. If there's a medical issue or something similar, she might have been confused as who did it.
Yeah.
But that's a paramedic's job.
Well, apparently the police got a call that she threatened to shoot someone.
I don't know if we're talking about the same person.
In the apartments down there?
And I can't remember. What's her first name?
Starts with an A.
Andrea.
Yeah, Andrea.
Yeah. That doesn't ring a bell.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's what she said, and then she got all upset, and they handcuffed her and put her in the back of a police car, and she got all upset, and the officer gave her a shot, and she went unconscious, and she woke up in the hospital butt naked.
This must have been years ago.
No, she said that this happened like last month.
Oh no. None of that happened. All related to that paint incident?
No, this happened because one of the neighbors called in and said that she was threatening to shoot someone there.
I'm not going to guarantee you that a call like that didn't come out. I can almost assure you that had a call come out like that, because we're so small, we would all know about it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I figure a gun call, there'd be more than a couple officers.
yes. In that case, yes. On a vandalism, no.
No.
I can only see one, but yeah, on a gun call, and we would know about it because we talk regularly. We're so small.
Yeah.
We can do that.
But yeah, that's what got me, is like, because she's like, it sounded like there was only a couple officers there, and I'm like, well, you would have a whole lot more than a couple officers.
You'd get probably Clackamas County and Oregon City to come join us.
Yeah. Even a threat of a gun. If I walked over there and threatened to shoot someone, and I didn't have a gun, I'd probably be...
You might go, oh, that's just Bob.
Yeah. But if you didn't know who it was,
Right.
I can't see sending one officer over to talk to someone
Not
that...
a gun threat call.
So your SRO is now doing calls too, or?
Yeah, because there's no schools. He still is our our representative to the school district.
Yeah.
But because there's no school and there's no activities. And that way it helps bolster our staff a little bit.
Right. But if a call came in like a break into a school, he'd probably be the first one on his way.
Any one of us, any one of the officers could go on that. But yeah, if he was working, he'd probably go up there and take it over.
Yeah.
Fortunately, in Gladstone, we don't get a lot of that.
No.
Like anywhere else, they're like big parks. There's some activity at night, but we go up there and usually just chase the kids off and
Yeah.
give them a stern warning.
But it's a whole different story if you show up and someone's walking out with a computer.
Then we need to talk.
You need to talk. But I know Portland, every once in a while, their schools get broken into and stuff gets stolen. But, and that really ticks me off when I hear about that, because like, wait a second, you're taking something from the kids, you're not taking something from someone,
Right. I mean, theft in general, car break-ins, whether you go through a change door and take some pictures, all that stuff's irritating. That stuff is what affects the quality of life
yeah.
in a community.
Looks like he's getting a ticket. So are you guys towing cars for them not being registered, or?
No.
No?
We're very forgiving on that. Kind of the general rule of thumb is that if it's expired before that moratorium went into effect due to COVID,
Yeah.
you're fair game to get a ticket. We're not going to tow a car, especially if it's legally parked. Now, if you're suspended, uninsured, expired tags before the COVID, you're probably going to get a ticket, and it's likely if you're not legally parked, you're going to get towed. It's likely. But no, we're very forgiving when it comes to, it's like, how long have you lived at this address? Oh, I moved from there, 3 months ago. Well, we're not going to say, well, why haven't you changed your address? Because you can't. It's difficult right now.
Right.
Even though there's some things you can do online, but because DMV's been closed, we're very forgiving on that.
Yeah.
Just be reasonable. Just like every once in a while you'll see a car out there without license plates. You stop and they say, well, I just bought the car, but because of COVID, okay, well, show me the transaction paperwork. They show us the slip from the dealership or whatever. It's like, hey, you're golden. You're good.
Yeah.
So just carry your paperwork with you. Carry your insurance and all that stuff. And you're golden.
Yeah, I keep my insurance on my cell phone, which is in the car.
But show, like you say, you bought a new car,
Mm-hmm.
but you couldn't get license plates yet. Keep the paperwork from the dealership.
Yeah.
Or the bill of sale from the private party would. And we're very forgiving.
Yeah, and I hate doing anything online as far as personal stuff. So it's like, they expired in July, my car was totaled. You know, when as soon as DMV opens up, I'm gonna register my car. But like I said, I hate to do anything online.
Well, yeah, then don't wait, till the DMV, it's more advantageous to get in there and take care of it. Just keep the paperwork that you have available to you available so we can say, yep, you're good to go.
Right.
I've stopped a couple cars where it's been unlicensed just to check because you think, it's a Honda, it might be stolen. It's a Volkswagen, it might be stolen. And it's not, and they're good to go.
Right.
We don't detain people very long for that stuff.
No.
So, any other questions or anything?
That's it.
Golden?
Yep.
All right, man.
All right, thanks.
Stay out of trouble.
Yeah, what I told you about didn't make any sense to me. That's why I was asking.
It didn't happen. I mean, I'm 99.9% sure I would have heard about it had it happened.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
So, but we're good. And Andrea's not on bad terms with us or anything like that.
Okay.
And I heard she's moving. Is that true?
Yeah, she's got a bunch of boxes up there. I dropped by today, and she goes, "Yeah, I'm in the process of moving." So
somehow she got confused, or the translation just got confused a little bit. I don't know, but no, that stuff didn't happen.
Okay. Yeah, it didn't sound like proper police procedures. That's why I asked about that.
But if